That shit is so scary. Have you seen Finding Nemo where he's like the drop off, right? And it's just like you have the end of the coral reef, right? And then you're just like it's open ocean and it's like fuck. And I remember thinking to myself like I was like, dude, I'm at the end of everything that I know and the beginning of everything I don't know.
Nova Easy Kombucha. I kind of like the pina colada one better.
Dude, why did he say that too?
Because he was the one that got me on it. I was like,
I almost got that one, but I was like, I never tasted it. I don't want to get that. Yeah. Okay. Are you
should we?
Our makeup artist go get that.
Right? Hey, shit. Hey, God. Put an ad out for makeup artist and assistant in the studio, please.
That would be fine.
Mike's good right here. The mic, bro, the guy that just, records my voice and makes this whole thing happen. It's crazy.
4.
Oh, we're doing this.
3,
It's on.
2.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Energy Podcast. My name is Brian Landeros. And do me a favor real quick. If you guys haven't followed us on Instagram or subscribe onto YouTube, make sure that you stop what you're doing right now. Head over to the Instagram page and get that done. The goal is to keep continuing to grow and provide this positive energy for everybody because at the end of the day, we do this for you guys. Before we get into introducing our guest, make sure to check out episode 34 with Danny Rose and episode 33 of the Energy Podcast already out on fire. Go check it out. But now that I got that out of the way, let's get into today's guest. Coming in with radiating energy, San Diego local DJ that beats punching bags on her spare time, so don't mess with her. When it comes to putting in work, she does not shy away. Ladies and gents, welcome tonight's guest, Azarelle.
Hello.
What's going on?
How are you doing, Brian?
Good. It's a pleasure to have you, dude. Thank you for coming by.
Dude, of course. It's actually like, I couldn't wait to do this when you hit me up. I was like, yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I know. We've just been trying to get this all ramped up, and I was like, bro, we got to get Azarelle in here. She's been on her groove, and I see her beating up punching bags, so I'm like, yo, I want to tap in with her. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Give us a short bio, like who you are, what you do for the people that might not know you, which is very difficult to, believe, but go ahead.
Okay, so my name is Azarelle, right? I'm like, if we didn't get that done. But like, I obviously, like, I live in San Diego. I'm a DJ. That's how I met all these guys, you know, it's just like through music, which is really cool because I really haven't been a DJ for so long. But I've gotten like enough done, I feel like, to like get all these connections, which I'm super thankful for.
Right.
I box a lot. I guess that's what he's saying. So if I'm not DJing, I'm instructing on kickboxing, but that's what I love. That's what I do, like if anything, I'm pretty free spirited. I think that's why I like to hit the bag. So I'll like be longboarding too. But other than that,
like to switch it up,
yeah, I'll try to put that like persona on that I'm a girly girl for sure.
But nah, she'll beat your ass down if you fuck with me. Nah, I seen you, bro. You seen her kick the freaking. So I'm gonna go ahead and just jump right into it. I have a picture right here I pulled up from your profile.
Oh my gosh,
we kind of need a little bit more context on it, Right here, picture number 1.
Oh my
you
God.
actually in the works.
Yeah, so actually what was funny about this picture is, okay, so the only reason I really started boxing was because I was going through like my little phase at some point where I just like wanted to hit something, but like you can't just hit anybody, right?
You can, but you might get in a little trouble,
But if you don't know how to hit, you might get your ass beat, and that's
that too.
So, but what I liked about boxing, because one of my best friends, she was a kickboxing instructor at 9 Round, and she would always tell me like in the mornings, like come through. So I started coming through, and like I just noticed like how my energy, the way that I would just like hit the bag would just come through, and like every hit like that I would put effort in.
Yeah,
I was just like, I loved it, on top of it, like I love to work out. So like just feeling how sore I was after the day after, and then I would get good with my combos, and I would be able to like dodge it, and I was like, dude, this is fucking sick. So I would just keep going back. On top of it, my aunt, she works at Self-Made Sarai, you can
shout
see
out
movement,
Self-Made.
right? Shout out. She's a Muay Thai fighter, right?
Okay.
So she throws her classes on at 6 a.m. And that's where I was just waking up because I was just so like, I was so motivated for some reason just to like train, just to get my combos down.
I get you on that. Like sometimes you just wake up with that fire inside of you. You just want to keep doing and doing. That's the best when you're in that groove.
You
like
see yourself getting good, and it's like, dude, like fuck, like I want to keep doing it. You want to keep getting better and better. So this picture right here, I had just recently got in a fight. You can't see, that's why I put it in black and white, but I had a black eye.
Oh yeah, you're right. I do remember that.
Yeah. So, but I had gotten into 2 fights in a matter of 6 days.
Damn, girl, what the hell are you doing out here?
I wasn't. It's not. I hate saying that because it sounds kind of like ratchet.
Like, yeah, I just got in 2 fights, like 2 days back to back. Like, bitches was fucking giving me a hard time, so I pulled through.
It was self-defense, 100%. But I felt confident enough to throw myself in a fight because, like, I have been training and I can, like, defend myself. And so this picture I put in black and white because there's some part of this picture where I have a black eye. So, but I'm training right here with like a fire up my ass because I was like, dude, I'm pissed. You know, like,
letting all that anger out.
Yeah, especially because I was showing up to the gym and everybody was. I have done like 3 jujitsu classes, one with Eric.
Oh yeah,
I've done 2 with other people, and so like I had already been in like jujitsu, so everybody was like, how is your eye black? What happened to your eye? I was like, it was jujitsu. Somebody hit me with the elbow. Like I'm not gonna say, like
might as well.
We're in a podcast right now, so I'm gonna tell you what the fuck happened. Right?
Be the truth. Don't be afraid. We don't judge here. Shit, let it all out.
Right, so that picture, that's where that's from. But I was tired right there. That one was a good picture.
Nice. Yeah. Hey, well, thank you for sharing that shit.
Absolutely.
So let's get into a little bit of your upbringing and how you grew up. Like, give us a little backstory about that.
Well, my dad. I'm gonna start with my dad because that guy's intense. He's military.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
My dad, he's airborne, but that he has busted his ass. Like as soon as he turned 18, he went into the military. He got pregnant with me at 25.
Shit.
Pretty freaking young. I'm 23 now.
I'm 25. Holy crap! It's like me having a baby right now.
I couldn't imagine that. Right. So
I feel like I'm still a kid at times. You know what I mean?
Dude, absolutely. I was like, there's no fucking way that I would be able to. I mean, but shout out to my dad because he busted his ass. He went to school full time. He was in the military. He worked full time.
No excuses,
Right, no excuses. So that's exactly like how I grew up all the time. It's like more so like a military household. I would get in trouble. I'm the first child. I'm the first child. I'm the first grandchild on both sides.
So you're the first test subject. You were the first one.
Guinea pig, dude. And I can't even. And I'm the only girl in my family. And I have,
so even more.
Right. I have 2 younger brothers. They're big. They're way taller than I am. They're already pushing. Like one, he's going to George Fox. In August. He got his football scholarship. Sick. But they're both over like 6 foot, 14 and 18 years old. Fucking huge. Fucking huge. Huh? But you're the favorite. No, I would hope so.
See, that's what I like to think.
I'm the girl. Yeah, but I mean, I am the guinea pig for sure. Like, I see my brothers getting away with shit that I never even could get away with. Like,
dude, on the contrary, I was the middle child, so I got away with everything. Like, everything I saw my sister do, I was like, all right, bet. I know now to not come out this late. Be smart about that. And I was just like coasting. I was like, thanks, sis. You freaking laid it out clear for
my
me.
brother said that to me the other day. He's like, dude, you really paved the way. He's like, I'm not talking about a dirt road. He's like, you paved it with cement for me. He's like, I was like, damn, like, but like I look at them and I look at like the way my dad treats them. My dad don't give a fuck.
I just feel like, the first child's like, shit, I don't know what to do. Like, what do we do? So you try to like even more, you know, giving. But after the while, I mean, boys, I feel like I have a sister too. And my mom was always way more, and my dad was way more, strict on my sister. And me, I was a guy, I was like, come in, come out, do whatever you want. But my sister was locked down.
Especially because like with Hispanic families like my dad's also Native American. So he is one of 4 boys. They have no girls, you know what I mean? So it's just like so different. So it was like one total like breakaway. But yeah, I came from a military household. My mom's always been a stay-at-home mom. Well, not always, but for the most part of my childhood. And so like she was always there, like nurturing, obviously, like how mothers are. So I had that. Yeah, so I had that like that masculine and that really like strong feminine energy.
Oh yeah, and it definitely shows. You know what I mean? You how do I say you mesh it very well.
Dude, yeah, I feel like that's one thing is like I have a good balance of masculine and feminine. Also because my dad had me doing self-defense when I was like 4 years old. Like,
oh, so you've been punching bags and punching stuff.
Yeah, my dad he has so many medals. He's a black dude. Not even that, but he would tell me like at 4 years old, like if anybody tries to take you, this and this, he's
elbow to the fucking nose.
Right. He would tell me like how to pull their ear off, like how to make myself dealt weight, things like that. But I mean, those are things that I would like to tell my kids if I had kids, because I would be scared shitless. This world is crazy.
It is. It really is. And you don't know what the fuck's going on out there and what nut jobs are just gonna pull up on you.
Especially like now, I'm like, dude, I see my cousin. She's like 2-3 years old. I'm like, you don't even know what's going on in the earth.
Girl,
like,
please just stay home.
Right. I'm like, please. I'm giving her the sign of the cross all the time. I'm like, dude. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much where I come from. My parents, they always bust their ass. My dad now works for the Navy.
Oh, dope.
No, yeah, super dope. His job is awesome. Even throughout the whole quarantine, like, we didn't have to worry about anything, you know, because his job just takes, it's a government job.
Yeah, no, that's the best. You're solid.
Right.
Yeah, we actually were fortunate enough to work with a lot of military here at my job. So it's like, I know exactly how the military lifestyle is. And boy, do they have great benefits.
Right.
And it's just an awesome lifestyle if that's what you want to go into.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it was hard. Like, my brothers never got, like, to that point, but like my dad was gone for a lot of the things when I was a kid, you know, birthday parties, was gone for my kindergarten graduation, shit like that. But when he got when I got older, because I had cancer when I was 7.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I had cancer when I was 7. So when I got older, my dad, like, he just like dipped out from the army, and he was just like, all right, I'm gonna go into the reserves, I'm gonna do this because like my kid needs help, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, so that's something that I feel like that I carry with me like every day, is like, I'm not gonna lie, like throughout like the whole quarantine, like it's hard to feel like connected, you know, because your routine
of course,
is so disrupted, dude.
It's like you don't have a routine, you have to make a routine in between the madness, you know,
and you have
like,
to have that mental strength to like want to get up early and want to do this and want to do that, because you don't have that routine pushing you, like you don't have a
it's
job.
Like you could stay home, lay in bed and do nothing if that's what you really wanted to do.
And there's some days where I was doing that, and I would feel like shit, like,
dude, we've been on that vibe, like,
for reals. Like, I'm like, so I barely like started working out again, like, not barely, but like getting myself up early to work out, you know what I mean? And then like going throughout the day, like there's things that I'm working on, you know, that I'm pretty excited about, but those are the fire in my ass, or up my ass, I mean, like to wake me up.
Shit, I just had some food right now, there's a fire in my ass.
Damn, oh my gosh, excuse my language. Yeah,
you're good.
But with that, like, you know, like I was feeling like not as grateful or not as connected, and then I like barely like started like retraining my mind, because your mind is a muscle, and that's something that I fucking like reminded myself from working out. It's like your mind is a muscle, and I have to train myself to like have gratitude, you know, like be thankful that I'm even here, that I have this body, like that I can breathe, that I have sight, you know, that I can hear.
No, definitely. And once you're able to switch that mindset into being grateful and just looking at things like, oh, this happened for me, not to me.
Exactly.
It just kind of makes you believe that like anything that happens is a learning experience, and you can take it or, you know, leave it, but don't let it affect you in a way where it's going to just completely like tear you down.
Absolutely.
Like, no, you take it what it is, and you just shit back out there.
I was watching this TED Talk like maybe last week, and she was talking about like how you have to change your narrative, you know, and she used like this one guy who was like a double amputee, and he was like, before my life, before this happened to me, my life was perfect, and then like he was finding himself depressed, you know, right, and then he's changed his narrative, like he's like, well, my life was nothing before this, he's like, because now it gives value to my life, now like I have a purpose to help other people, to advocate like to other people, like,
that if I can do it, they can do it as well. And what's your excuse? I got no limbs,
right? So you
know what I mean?
So crazy.
And that shit gets me, because I'm like, fuck,
right,
like,
I'm like, I got everything.
I feel like a bitch.
Yeah, like I got fucking everything. Like I might as well, like, you know. Fuck. So I've been like, you know, like training my mind to like change my narrative. If something like happens or something pisses me off, because I'm human, shit pisses me off.
Yeah, of course, by default.
But I
by
don't.
Nature.
Yeah, but I don't want to like. I don't want to have that like ruin my energy or like ruin my vibe for the day. Like, why would I let that penetrate like who I am? Like I'm never gonna see that again. You know. So it's just like. And if it does, like,
but it's I feel like it's very difficult for people that aren't aware that that's how stuff works. So it's like they'll just fucking be pissed for the rest of the day and be like, fuck this shit. I'm gonna let it ruin my day because fuck it.
That kind of bothers me because
it bothers me because I'm like, I don't want to be like that. I'm like, it comes in and I'm like, I don't need this shit later done. I'm fucking gonna do something else.
More, you know, like definitely. So that I do. Like I'm like, that's what I think.
So touching a little bit back on the subject, I didn't know you had cancer.
Oh shit, really? Okay, I feel like everybody knew.
No, I didn't. That's why I was like, what?
Yeah.
So I mean, if you're comfortable with speaking, like, how did that just change your life? And just kind of like, how do I say, like basically like, form your new mindset, or how you, overcame that?
Yeah. Well, I was a kid. I went almost like, I had cancer for almost 4 years.
Oh
like,
my God.
Yeah, it was crazy. But like I happened, it's January 25th. I got diagnosed January 25th in 2005. So that's like 3 months prior to my 8th birthday.
Right.
So what had happened, I was little. I was so little, and like, I remember like I look back at the pictures like from when I was younger, and I was super pale because I had leukemia. So like your body produces red and white blood cells. My body was just producing too many white blood cells. So you look back at my pictures 2-3 years prior, and you could tell I was sick because I was so pale. It's not that I was white, because I do have fair skin.
Right.
I was pale, like almost like ghostly, And I was feeling tired all the time.
Can't relate.
Yeah, right? I'm like, you lucky motherfucker. But I remember like being tired all the time. Like I would bruise really easy. Like anything. I remember what had happened is I was in PE and I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And I went to the nurse's office because I wasn't feeling good. She called my mom and she was like, She's like, you should take her to the doctor. She doesn't really look that good, you know? So my mom took me to the doctor, Children's right here, right across the way, right? She took me there. They pricked my finger. They came back with a blood test. They're like, something happened to her blood. We thought it's contaminated, but we're going to prick the other finger, right? So I had both my middle fingers pricked, and I was just cracking jokes at the doctor when I was little, you know? And so when she came back with the second blood test result, she told us to go to Children's. From that time on, from the day that I got into Children's, I didn't leave the hospital for 4 months.
Jesus.
It took me 2 weeks for it took my parents 2 weeks for them to tell me exactly like why I was in there. Yeah. And that was like, and when my dad he drew 3 pictures, right? So he had this black little planner when I was a kid that would be like keep him organized. But in his planner, he drew 3 pictures. One picture was like of a little girl, stick figure, right? A little girl with like some hair, right? But she had a smile, she had long hair, right? And she was happy. The second picture was of a little girl with a frown and no hair, right? And I just remember this so distinctly, right? And my dad looks at it, he's like, this is you right now. He's like, but baby, he's like, you're sick, right? He's like, you have cancer. And I just remember like, I would hear about it in the movies, but I didn't really know. Like, I was too small, like, to really comprehend what was happening. But he was like, you're sick, and the medicine that you need is going to make your hair fall out. So you're going to not have hair for a little bit. And that's where I started fucking crying. Like, to me, like, because I was so little, like, I just knew, like, what makes you, like, a little girl and what makes a little boy is long hair or short hair, pink or blue. Like, that's just what you're taught, you know?
Exactly, yeah.
And so, like, that's where I just started crying. And I was like, dude, like, no. Like, I just remember, like, my mind, like, just going, you know? Just going, like, how the like, what?
Why me? How does this happen to me?
I would yell that to my mom, and I would see her crying. And, like, now that I'm older, I realize, like, she couldn't do anything. But I would just, like, I remember crying one time when, like, a nurse was putting in an IV in my arm. And she was just, like, I remember looking at my mom and just screaming, like, why me? You know? Like, she's like, I just want to be normal. And my mom looking over me, and she was just crying. And I'm like, fuck. Like, now that I'm older, I'm like, that must have been so hard for my parents, too.
Definitely,
you know? Like, crazy. But now that I'm older, like, I've been bald twice. I have, like, a couple scars on my body from just, like, operations. But, like, I'm totally fine now, which I'm super thankful for, you know?
Yeah, of course. Thank God.
Every day,
awesome.
right. Dude, it's fucking crazy because, like, I talk about it and I don't even feel bad about it.
No,
like,
that's the thing. I'm like, you're talking about it like so normal that it's like in a way like empowering to you that you're like, yo, I fucking did this. Like,
because that didn't happen to me for no reason. And that's
exactly.
like something that I carry with myself all the time. Like, you know, I've never had like a suicidal thought because I'm like, dude, like I got this second chance. Like, there's no way. Like, life is a miracle that like I didn't get this second chance for nothing. So that's why like I try. That's another thing. Like, why I wanted to be a DJ. You know, is because like
fuck it, why not?
Dude, I just love house music and I love the way like I feel when I play and I love the energy that I get from like my crowd when I play. Like,
that's it. So that's the same I get whenever I'm doing this. You know, like I just get the rush and dude, I feel that feeling. Like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, dude, like it's so fucking sick. And that is the shit that like drives me to want to do it. You know, and like I'm like that's what makes me feel fulfilled. And like, why wouldn't I want to be fulfilled in like this life?
Kudos.
Like figured out like when it finally hit you, like, oh wow, I went through this shit. No, life is short.
Oh, dude, I was thinking that like I've been thinking that since I got it because like my parents would tell me they're like, well, it's just a good thing that you know you got it right now because like you know if you got it when you're older, like kids have a better chance. Dude, I think about if I were to get it right now, like that would be so fucking hard.
Horrible.
Like I have hair, you know, like and that's
I'm doing things.
Like,
I beat up shit. Like
I'm doing
what?
things, and that would put like a whole pause in my life. Like I've had friends who have had like I was in college and I had one of my friends die while I was in class and I had to find out and like she got a relapse. Like she had breast cancer, then she got lung cancer on top of the cancer that she had already had.
That's horrible.
Like, dude,
I'm sorry about that.
No, it's okay now because like you carry like that strength that those people like gave you. At the time, like you mourn, you know, but everybody like the way I feel, I'm not super religious, but I am spiritual. You know, I do believe like there's a higher
we
power.
talked about that.
You know? So I just feel like, you know, our body is borrowed. It's a vessel. You're not a person with a soul. Like you're a soul with a body.
Yeah, this is just this vessel that's taking you through this course of life at the moment.
And your body's gonna be called back. You know, and you don't even know when it's gonna happen. So just like enjoy your days, you know, and people.
I appreciate you sharing that because like even for me, like when I speak about my dad's passing, you know, in a way it's kind of like at the beginning, it was sad. It sucked. Obviously, nobody wants that. But in a way, it was, you know, a wake-up call, you know, a blessing in disguise that woke something up in me to go and started getting mine. And then after that, like, you know, I've been working for whatever I want to get. And I'm like, dude, like, if that wouldn't have happened, and I wish it didn't happen, but I feel like it wouldn't have led me to
And
where
you
I'm at
can't-
right now.
you can't change anything,
And it's
so
the
you gotta
trajectory
use
of
it as-
life.
yeah,
You know,
you
that's
gotta
what.
use it fucking
Yeah,
strength,
of
you
course,
know?
that's what it is.
Especially that's your dad.
Yeah, so that was tough, but you know, we're still here, and I always use it as a strength. You know, like my dad was a strong man, so you know, on the contrary, he would want me to be like, nah, you know, gárate los huevos y
Yeah.
así chingándole, no hay pedo,
Échale,
vámonos.
con ganas.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So moving a little bit forward, how did you even get started into DJ? Like, what made you want to go into that?
Oh shit. Okay, so right, I was like, fuck. What happened? Wow, damn. Okay, so I loved house music. I've been loving house music, you know, like for a while. I've had different tastes in house music. That's a different story, you know. But one time, excuse me, we were on a boat with my friends, and they had. Dude, for real, we're on a boat with my friends. They had like a small like little panel or a little controller. It's not anything crazy, but they're like, Azarelle, like, why don't you try? And so I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll try. Like, we were drinking a little bit, we were just having a good time.
Yeah.
And I played, and then one of my friends was like, dude, this is your first time you play? And they're like, nah. The other friend, no, this isn't the first time you play. I'm like, dude, this is the first time I play, but like that made me feel good, you know, because it was like this is the first time I play, and they're like telling me it's good. Honestly, looking back now, it was ass. I don't know what they were talking about.
But I mean, you know what?
Right.
They saw something in you that obviously, you know, like shit, like you got that, you know.
Absolutely.
And
And
shit, keep going
so
at it.
after that day, I just asked them, I texted them, I was like, dude, like, I was like, can I borrow the controller for like 2 days, 3 days? Like, and they would let me. And then I would give it back. And then they're like, do you want to borrow it again? I'm like, yeah, I want to fucking borrow it again. And then within a month of me just like, you know, fucking around, like putting videos on Instagram and everything, I got my first gig in LA. And
oh shit.
Dude, right. I got my first gig in LA. Now it sounds cool, but that show was, oh my God, like that show was so bad. It was so fucking bad.
But I feel like that's the first step you gotta take. We always talk about like, you know, you gotta go for it. Even if you don't know how it's gonna end up, you fucking learn from that. You know,
Yeah.
you're like, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't do that this time.
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't do that.
Perfect example of what we've been talking about.
Yeah, like we always like, if you're gonna do something, you just gotta jump
Just
into
fucking
it.
do
Fuck
it.
it, just do it.
Full send, my friend, full send.
Full
And that's
send.
what
Don't even worry about it.
That's
For
what I was
real.
telling myself, like, because I was like, in my gut, I knew that all odds were against me, but I was like, dude, I'm just gonna do it anyway, like, you know, like, because if you don't start, like, when are you gonna start?
Yeah, like the first step is literally just go do it.
And I had the opportunity already, so I was like, I'm just gonna take it, you know.
Yeah.
I want to see how I feel, I want to see what it's like, you know. And like, I didn't even know how to play on CDJs, which is the industry standard. And
Okay.
so like, they let me like use another controller, but that controller couldn't take all the power from the event, so it turned off twice. And I was just standing there, and I'm like, dude, my transitions were ass. Like it was a good experience because all my friends drove up to LA, and like they were there to support me, and they were faded. It was just fun.
You didn't quit, you know, like you didn't say like
quit.
I'm done, like this shit wasn't for me. On the
No.
contrary, you probably got some more fucking energy and were like, yo, I need to fucking
I want
get
to
better
do
at
it,
this.
yeah, and I want to do it. Like I
need
want
to
to
get
be
better.
good
I
at
didn't
this.
master this shit.
Because I saw the DJs before me and the DJs that went on after me, and I was like, dude, like that's what I want to be
Yeah,
like.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
yeah.
I want to do, you know? And so like after that day, like I just kept playing and kept playing. I started like asking my friends who had CDJs, like I was like, oh, can I come over and play? Like I had people that I would meet like just by talking to them. And they're like some guy at Bang Bang. I was like, dude, 6 set, blah, blah, blah. He's like, dude. And then he started talking, like we just started talking about like the CDJs and like music and stuff, and he was like, whenever you want to play, come play. And I was
Yeah.
like, dude, what the this is at Bang Bang. And I
Shit,
was like,
yo, I live here. This is my
right,
fucking hometown.
right. I was like, dude, I fucking love this place. Like, dude, so it's just like you go out and you meet people and you talk to people, and those people like introduce you to other people, and
Yeah,
like
it's the
you
name
know,
of the game, networking.
Exactly.
That's it. That's
it's
exactly
not what you know,
where
it's who
at.
you know, and you gotta pull
you go.
yourself out there,
Yeah.
you know, because if I were to just like be a bedroom DJ for the rest of like that time, like where would I have been, you know, if I didn't
Shit,
put
in
that
your bedroom,
content,
freaking
like,
putting on your freaking just set right there, throwing
Right,
it down for all your
right.
fucking teddy bears and
it's
stuff.
exactly what I've been doing this whole quarantine. I'm like, it's just a bedroom set for right now,
But hey, that's where you start, because that's where you gain
Right.
your confidence, and you're like, after this, you're like, shit, I need to go show this to the people.
Right, now I feel like I'm fucking good. Like I'm like, okay, well, I was supposed to play a festival, my
Right.
first festival. Like that would have been so dope. The lockdown, the quarantine happened like 10 days before that. I was like, dude,
shit.
burst my bubble.
Isn't it funny how all the DJs now are playing from their bedroom?
Right, right.
It's like they made the
playing field
the-
level.
Yeah, you go.
You're
You
like,
take
the
the words out
playing
of my
field is
mouth.
level.
Like, it's easy now. And even
Right.
for anything else, like you see people doing their shows out of their home. They're
Right.
seeing the news being done out of their home. So
Right.
it's like the level, the playing
Zoom
field is level
calls,
done. Like, you know,
working
like
from home,
all
yeah.
you gotta do is just pump in some time, pump in some content, and it's like, yo, like just keep at it.
Timing your craft. That's
Fuck yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, I've done like a couple lives, and like my dad's downstairs, and my dad tells me he's pretty cool. Like
Yeah.
my dad's cool about what I want to do, you know.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and he was like, he went on my live one time. He's like, turn it down. I was like, I'm just gonna pretend like you're not here.
That's how
Yeah.
I lost you in the
was like,
comments.
yeah. I was like, dude,
Oh my god.
Oh
That's
my god, it's
hilarious.
cool.
So who would you say that inspires you in your industry, or who do you look up to?
There are a couple people. So I would say there's like there's more a label than a DJ.
Okay.
Yeah, this is it's called Circle, right? So Circle is this label that is all throughout Europe, actually it's not just Europe, it's like throughout the whole globe. Like
Right.
they have like art that has performed at like the Swiss Alps. Like there was another
shit.
DJ who like had a secluded mountain, or not a secluded mountain, a secluded island in Bora Bora, and it's just like they just play like with the whole like GoPro. They do what was I gonna say? What are those called? The drones.
Oh, okay.
They do
yeah,
drones.
yeah.
Yeah, they do the drones, and then there's like Georgia Anguli. She like performed on like a cliffside in Spain. It's so sick.
Damn, that's fucking fire.
and
Vibes.
And that's what I like. That's the fuck what I want to do, you
Yeah.
know. And so that's what I'm gonna be doing in 2 weeks. I'm playing in Ensenada, yeah, and it's gonna be at a Viñedo. They're closing it down. Like we have like a
that's what's
GoPro. Yeah, so that's pretty cool because I want to play. It's been a while since I played.
Yeah, you gotta get that
know?
rush. You're fiending for that.
Right.
Yeah.
My last show was in February. I had 8 gigs lined up. I had 2 festivals. One was pretty big. Another one was like kind of like somewhat big. It was more like a beer festival.
Okay.
Yeah, but mostly I play in like Mexico or
But
like
that's
here
all exposure,
or
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Either way, it's just getting yourself out there.
Absolutely. Like the house music scene in Baja California is huge. Like
And even
especially
the support for all different types of artists, like the vibes down there is like they love anything
Dude,
that vibes,
100%,
dude. Hell
100%.
yeah.
It's just super sick. Like it's super sick. So I feel like even with the content, as many shows as you could play, like
Yeah.
you get your talent up, your experience up. You know what to play with what type of crowd, how
Yeah.
to transition from like house music, melodic music, tech house, you know, like techno, whatever. Like
Yeah.
that's just all like that comes with like an ear and like with myself. Okay, I would say I like melodic house a lot. Melodic
Okay.
house, yeah. But like I play with like melodic house with like I like vocals. Like I like
Okay.
to like sing like or like have like some type of vocals like to go along and like that carry you through like a journey. Like even like you know 8 Cuts.
Yeah.
8 Cuts
Shout
has
out
been
to Cuts.
producing, yeah, and like we worked on like 2 songs together, and then like that's kind of like the vibe that I went with, and it's pretty dope.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I listen to like songs like that, and I'm like, dude, shit, like that's
I can
my
relate
voice.
to that. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I'm like, that's my fucking voice.
And
you know?
you've done actual like lyrics on your own and
Yeah,
vocals?
dude,
Oh, that's fire.
all the songs that I've done about 3-4 songs, and they have all been like just like right on the spot. Like I either like
Damn.
take a couple shots before, get a little
yeah,
loose.
yeah,
I'm like,
a little loose, get that
yeah,
vibe going.
Pina
Aha.
colada, and trust me, you're gonna be.
Right. Right. I'm like pina colada one. Yeah, that shit's pretty dope. But
So
I mean,
you mentioned that you like the this label, right? Mm-hmm. And then I pulled up a picture that you were over at BPM Supreme.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that and what's that all about?
so BPM Supreme is it's like a Pandora almost, or like a
Okay.
download, or like a Beatport. I don't know if you know what that is, but for DJs, you download the music. They already have curated sets, or they have like some songs. So like you have a BPM when you play as a DJ, right?
Right.
You have a BPM of the song. You also have like the tempo, what type of music. And if you download music illegally, sometimes it's really hard to get that BPM.
Right.
Right, and then like the audio is just kind of fucked up. So what BPM does is it's like a whole little website and a hub with a shit ton of music, like any
shit.
song that you can like really think about. Like you can look it up and they have it, right? They have intros, break intros, they even have remixes, and all those songs are like remixed or mastered and done with the BPM. So you just down. Yeah. They're licensed to that and everything. But
Oh, okay, cool.
yeah, they have an office here in
Yeah, that's right. I think it was here in San Diego.
yeah,
you
they
guys
have
were
an
at,
office
right?
in downtown San Diego,
Nice.
and they also have an office in Sunset Boulevard in Hollywood over there.
Okay, cool.
It's super dope, super dope. But so what had happened was my friend who put me on the boat, had me play, right? She hit me up and she was like, do you want to go to LA and meet these guys? Like, it's a good networking thing with a bunch of artist managers and this, and this. And I was like, okay. So we went all the way to LA, but I didn't really want to go to LA because I didn't even have like a place to stay. We didn't get Airbnb.
Right.
We're just, again, full fucking send, right?
Just fucking the
Just
fucking
full-
vision and
just-
fucking we'll figure it out.
Right,
That's how it
full
is. Honestly,
send.
people don't know that. Like that's
Right.
how it goes. Like you just
Dude,
gotta go.
You just gotta fucking go, right? So we went to LA. We showed up to the house. It was a house in the hills, and I remember driving through the hills and just looking at all the cars, and we're like in this like older BMW, you know, and like we're looking at all these like Porsches and these Mercedeses, you know,
Yeah.
Teslas and like Rolls Royce, and I'm looking at these houses that have these cars, and I'm like, damn, like I want this. Like,
Yeah.
where are we going? You know, like, but it like definitely like I showed up with a fire up my ass too, like
Yeah.
you know, because I was like, let's
Let's
get this
do
done
this.
because I didn't want to go, but after seeing all this, I was like, okay. We pull up to the house. there's only like a couple people there, right? And I'm like, all right, what is this? They were all guys. Some girls showed up, but I was like,
party, huh?
yeah, I'm like, what kind of party is this? But
sausage party.
Right? Oh my god, I was like, what do these guys like think like we're like gonna do, you know? But then like they started like saying, oh, we're part of BPM Supreme, we're this and this is what our website is, and I'm like, oh, okay. But they usually do like open format or like all genres except for house music, because house music, like, you can sell like, okay, so let's say Travis Scott, he belongs to one label, like, right, and he can only sell that song to one label or that album to one label, whereas house music, you make one song, you can sell it to multiple labels, you know?
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so with BPM, it was harder for them to get house music because you would have to like be in cahoots with all the labels just for one song. So that's where I was like, I was talking to them and I was like, well, you guys don't have this. I was like, because like there's these genres, and I just like kept spitting out like information. Right. And I remember like the owner, he was having a conversation and he looked at me and he started like listening to me talk. So I was like, oh, I gotta keep this going because I already know who this guy is.
I got the attention. The guy, the big boss, looking at me. Keep talking.
So I was like, so don't fucking lose it, right? So after that, like they hit me up. Like maybe like 2 weeks later, one of the guys was like, oh, you want to go out to lunch? And I was like, okay, sure. So they took me out to lunch, and then at first I was like, is he gonna tell me he likes me? Like, because this is not what I'm trying to be.
This is not what I came to sign up for.
This is not what I'm about,
what
dude.
The hell?
Yeah, but then he was like, so we're starting a management company. He's like, and basically, like, I'm just gonna cut to the chase. I want you to be part of our management group. You would be an artist that we manage. And I'm like, dude, fuck. Yeah, I was like, oh, but I didn't want to seem like too eager, so I was like, oh, okay, like,
yeah, my team will hit you up.
Yeah, I was like, how many people call your people?
Yeah, my managers will hit you up.
Right. Yeah,
goes home. Fuck, I need someone to call this person.
So, but I did tell my dad, like, after he told me that, my dad was a little bit skeptical, like, you know, and so I was going back and forth, like, a contract, like, they would send me a contract, I didn't like something about the contract. Right. I would send it back and be like, nah, I said no 3 times.
That's good that you didn't just, you know, go up the first offer and be like, haha, yeah, I got it.
I was scared. I was scared that they were gonna fuck me, you know, like, because contracts, you never know. It's
no, but that's the thing. That's like, you were smart and proactive about it. Yeah, you didn't just fucking, let me just sign my name and now, I got the title. Yeah. You just signed your life away.
Yeah,
and little did you know.
Dude, right. And then, so another thing, like, I was with them for a couple months. It was pretty cool. I'm not with them anymore, but one thing that I feel like, because it's all about revenue. It's about, like, you know, how much money this artist can bring in.
That's the name of the game.
And they wanted me to like do some like Marshmello or Dior like music, and I didn't want to be like a sellout. Yeah. And I know, like, you know, like, you at some point, everybody's always a sellout, but like that would change like my whole like style of music. That would be like, I would be playing shit that I wasn't even like passionate about, you know? Right. And listening to like Marshmello, I'm like no, you know, disrespect to Marshmello, it's just not my type of music, of course. You know. But it's just like I didn't want that, you know. So I mean, we did a couple events. It was pretty cool, but I'm just not with them anymore. Yeah, and their management team, actually, they don't even have that anymore.
There you go.
Yeah,
you know,
so
just
I was like,
shows.
Like imagine I would have stayed with them.
You would have
like,
wasted time.
Right,
you know?
right.
We don't got time to waste.
And then like the contract, like the percentages, like it would have just been like too much for like not enough like return.
Yeah,
you know?
So you're busting your ass off for like nothing.
Right, so I'm on the lookout for another manager.
Hey guys, you already know she's free, guys.
Right, yeah.
So talk a little bit about the like your creative process when you're into, you know, when you're gonna make a song or you're gonna make a mix. How do you set yourself up?
Okay, so don't tell my mom. I'm like, well, one time I did ayahuasca.
And oh shit! How was that?
It was fucking dope. It was amazing, honestly. It's very spiritual, and that's like something that I already told you that I'm pretty into, you know? But after like I did that, like I felt like so grounded. Like I felt like my body was too fragile for this large soul that I had, you know? It was just too small. And like I was on my way back home, because it was in Mexicali that I did it. And after the whole ceremony, everything like that, I was on my way back home, and I was just like, my friend was asleep in the driver's seat, and I just had like the like my big ass Beats on, like in the car, and I was just bumping like a whole bunch of music, and I was just thinking. I remember like just thinking about like the things that I saw, the colors, like the shapes, like the way that my body like felt, you know. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna make a mix off this, you know. And it was like what I grabbed from like my head and just threw it down. Yeah, like
made it real,
like a splat, you know. And so that was the ayahuasca mix that I made. And after that ayahuasca mix, I just been making mixes however I feel, you know. Like sometimes I'll feel a little bit dancey, and that's like where I have my bedroom boogie, right? Yeah. There's other times where like I have my lockdown. That lockdown, I was like feeling like this was in the beginning of quarantine. My lockdown mix. I was just feeling like, you know, like, have you seen like Salt or Ultraviolet? Like I was feeling like I was in a video game because I was like, dude, this feels like a simulation. Like where, like honestly,
I wake up tomorrow, I do the same thing.
Right? I'm like, what the fuck is going on? You know, like the whole world was on a pause.
Hell yeah.
Right? And it just felt so weird because you talk to everybody and everybody's life had been affected by it. I was like, there's no fucking way.
But I feel like in a way, I mean, at least for us, how we've been discussing it here, it was a time to just kind of regroup, reboot, and kind of just reevaluate everything and just kind of get fucking back out there. So it was in a way for some people, catch up time.
Dude.
Other people took it as like, okay, I need to fix stuff within myself and then get back out there and redo it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
You're 100% correct.
Yeah.
100% correct. Because like,
asking everyone is, how do you stay motivated throughout the quarantine?
Yeah.
I mean, you're creative.
so fucking hard. It's so, honestly, it's so
Shit,
fucking
like
hard.
you don't.
Right? I'm like, it's really hard because like like you like I said, like you just feel out of tune, out of touch, not connected.
And like for me, I was like, you know, I'm a person that I need to be around people. Like I have to be like, that's where I get my
Brian, you
energy
and me
from.
both,
you know
dude.
what I mean? Like,
yeah.
so it's like when I couldn't speak to anybody, I was going through it because I'm like, dude, I'm so used to connecting with so many people, so used to just being out there, and then they completely shut me off. So I was like,
and you're not even allowed to see anybody. And like in the beginning, it was kind of scary because you didn't know what was going on.
You didn't want to go. Maybe I don't want to hurt my family. But
you
then
didn't
after
know
a while,
how
you're just
severe
kind
it
of
was.
like, fuck.
Right. And then they started coming out with like contradictory statements. So you're like, what is the coronavirus?
That was me. I started looking so much shit up to the point where I was like, my mom would be like telling me like,
oh,
this,
my mom, did you hear about this? Yeah.
And then I would be like, no, mom, stop listening to the news. It's all fucking bullshit. Like, you know.
It's bot, mom. It's bot.
So that right there, that for me was just horrible. Like I just needed to be around people and getting back to like just being, you know, all over the energy.
Brian.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
Shout out Sebi because
Hell
honestly, he was the one who like re-sparked it. One day, after work, I went to go see him, right? Because I'd just been cooped up in the fucking house for so long because you're on fucking lockdown.
You can't do shit.
And I went to go see Sebi, Sauce, and Eric. And I remember in the beginning, like, me and Sebi were talking, and while we were talking, he starts fucking around on the piano, and then he started talking about like some of the music that I did, and I'm like, dude, I fucking miss this, you know, because before quarantine, me and Sebi would FaceTime. I'm like, how's your creative juices today? And he'd be like, oh, pues, it's good, you know, and he would ask me like, how's yours? And we would just go back and forth and we would feed off that. But I hadn't seen Sebi or any of my friends in so long. And especially like you are the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with the most.
By far.
So I try to, you know, I tried to surround myself with creatives or people who are doing music or people who like really like keep my fire burning. And because I was just so secluded from everything and everyone for so long, it was hard. And when I saw Sebi like playing and like he was showing me some of the music he did and this and this, I'm like, ooh, yeah, you know? Yeah, so I went back home. Like I had like a couple mixes. I even like did live like 4 or 5 times, like because like I just like I felt it again. You know?
There you go. That's the biggest thing. Like, you know, once, and even for me, there's been times where like I don't post stuff and I don't need to post it if I don't feel it. Because I don't want to be a white noise. I don't want to be a fake just fucking.
And you don't want to be diluted. Or have your novelty be gone.
Not at all. So if I don't have nothing to share, I ain't gonna say nothing. But the moment that I do have something to share, best believe I'm coming with that energy. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like fuck.
I'm not half-assing nothing.
No, nothing at all. Like I can't. Like it hurts me if I half-ass something. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
But by far. So what about you know, what would you tell your audience if you had to give them an advice, you know, throughout all this, you know, in your career? What would you tell them if they're following the same steps as you?
Oh, dude, I would just say follow your gut. Like whatever makes you happy. Like you always have this white, like not white noise, but like this like
that
strong
voice.
That strong buzz like in the back of your mind of people like telling you like, you know, like you can't do it. Like for a while my dad was like sending me links on like how like just random through the day, like how DJs like don't make enough money or how DJs aren't successful. Then once my dad like saw that I got a contract, you know, he saw that I was going to Matrix sessions up in LA. He saw like I took him one time to a boat party where my teacher from Matrix, he was there, like all the DJs were around, he got a mingle, my dad got faded. That's the second time I ever seen my dad got faded.
What's up?
Right, that's the second time I ever seen it. But like after that day, my dad was like, okay, like he saw what I was trying to do. He saw like how I felt, like really, you know? And like, but that was hard because like you have your dad, like that's somebody like, who's telling like somebody that you really look up to, somebody you want to make proud, you know, who's telling you like, you know, like you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do this, you know, and like you constantly have that, you're gonna like start thinking that. But like I just kept telling myself, I'm like, Azarelle, I know what I feel in my gut, I know what sets my soul on fire, and I'm gonna keep doing it. You
Dude,
know,
that's
don't listen
it.
to anybody. Don't listen to anybody.
That's honestly so true because like I say it all the time. I really don't give a fuck what anybody thinks
Right.
about me, and I'm gonna do me regardless. And if you hate me, I fucking love you. And if you
Right.
love me, I love you too.
I
So
love
it's
you
like
too.
I don't care what anybody says because at the end of the day, I'm doing this for me because I see it up here. And unless you could see how I see it, you don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do.
and
You
if
know
you're
what I
if
mean?
you're not with me, you're against me at some
Yeah,
point. And I'm just
for
gonna like
reals.
wish you the best, but I'm gonna keep going.
And
you
I
know?
don't waste my time. I'm trying to be like, oh, let me change your mind now. If you're not
No.
rocking with it, I'm not gonna waste my energy on
Yeah,
you.
you'll see it
You
later, dude.
Exactly,
Right.
exactly, for sure. So how would you say social media has impacted your career?
Ooh, honestly, I feel like that's like one of the only reasons that like
Yeah.
I've gotten the situations that I've gotten in. It's
Right.
because like people see what I do. People see like what kind of music I play. They see like how I play it, you know, like what kind of talents like I have. Like, and they're still developing. I've even had people say like, "Oh my God, dude, you've gotten so much better." And I'm like, "Dude, I know." Like, it's, but thank you. You
Yeah,
know, like
yeah, yeah.
I you want to hear those things. Everybody needs to, you know, a little reassurance
I
at
love,
some point.
like, I mean, it sounds like, I mean, I don't even care, but I
Yeah.
love when I get like reassurance in a good way because, you know, like you said, everybody likes to be, you know, shown love. Everybody likes to
Yeah.
give like, you know, props and, you know, so
and
it's
you just
like,
want to feel appreciated at some
you know,
point.
so
you
it's
know?
like when you're able to do that, but in the way that you're impacting people in a positive way, and you're, you know, showing them that hey, you could do it too,
and it's actually working.
and it's actually working, and they're
Yeah.
following you. You're like, dude, I'm actually helping people by me just being me and me just doing what I do.
Dude, the messages I get like on people like who ask me, like it's mostly women who
Yeah.
ask me, you know, they're like, "How are you doing this? Like, where did you start? I want to do this too." And I'm like, "Dude, I'll fucking send them paragraphs and paragraphs, voice messages. Like, I'm like, dude, do this, and this, you know." And I'm just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
like that right there, like that's pretty fire because like. If I'm inspiring somebody else, like that makes me feel good. Like that's an extra, you know, like
Hell yeah.
because like okay, so like about a year and a half ago, my tata died, and my dad's one of my dad's friends died, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's two different types of funerals. One with like just family, but then that was my tata's. But then my dad's friend, we went to that funeral,
Solito.
and no,
Okay, I was about to say,
dude, that funeral was packed. You know St. Rose of Lima, like
Yeah.
okay. Fucking packed. People were outside, like just taking time out of their day off with their
Yep.
family just to pay respects to this man. And I remember looking around and like turning around. My dad's like, "Stop looking around," right? But I'm like turning around and I'm looking at like all these people, and I'm like, damn, like. What kind of man was this to impact so many people,
Yep.
women, children? Like he was one of our teachers in elementary school. So
Okay.
like I saw some kids that I went to like elementary school with, you know? And like but seeing them there again, like it's like how like that is what it's about, you know?
Yeah,
like how many
definitely.
people you could touch, like how many people like you can inspire. That shit's crazy to me. So that's another thing that I carry with myself. Is like you really are collecting yourself or collecting people for your funeral. You want to make sure that your life was valued. You're not going to be here for a long time, but you better make sure it's a fucking good time,
Yeah,
you know?
hell yeah, and impact as much people as
Yeah.
you can because you don't understand the influence that you have on somebody, and your biggest fan might be some random person you don't know,
Right,
And it's like
right,
for you,
right.
you're their light, you know, and you're
Yeah.
the one that's carrying their motivation. So it's like in a
Super
way,
fire.
you're kind of like, you know, you're destined to carry this freaking fire, and you gotta
Yeah.
keep going. So shit, you were chosen, and fuck it, keep
Fuck
going.
it. I'm gonna do this till I die, my friend.
Fuck yeah, I feel you on
Yeah.
that. Till I die, energy is just running through me.
Yeah, right.
So what would you say is next for Azarelle?
What is next for? Well, I've started my own like little business. I'm on my way like making it. You've like it's gonna be called Hieroglyphic Chain. I'm not telling anybody what it is yet.
Oh, actually, I'm gonna have to interrupt you there.
Oh,
a little
okay,
bit.
yeah. I see you printed out some more pictures out there.
So yeah, I actually just noticed today that you had hieroglyphic chain.
Yeah.
And I clicked on it. I'm like, oh shit, I've never seen this before.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
So speak a little bit about that. What is that right there? You know,
So-
and the pictures are very melodic. I feel as well.
Oh, they're super. Yeah, so it hits like a lot like on the base of like retrofuturism.
Yep.
Also like some like cyber like Tron sort of stuff.
Yep. I definitely got the vibes.
Yeah, and it is retro too, or like futuristic. But I with that picture, like with my Instagram, like I'm a very visual person. I learn visually. I like get enticed visually. Like I like colors. I like shapes.
Yep.
I like things that look good, you know? And like so on my Instagram, my regular Instagram, I had pictures saved and I was posting things on my story. But then I was like, dude, I have so many pictures saved and I have like such a theme and such a style that I could create a new account with
Yeah.
all these like visually enticing pictures, and I want everybody to like feel a certain way when they go on that account. You know what I mean?
Art. It's like a transfer of emotions
Right.
into like physical form.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And so with that, I started like thinking, I'm like, I could do so much with this, you know, because I already have like a theme. I already have a style. Like, what do I want to do? What am I passionate about? What do I like? You know? And so that's what I'm going to turn that account into. But everything that you see on that account is pretty much the theme that I'm going to follow. And that's something that I've even been painting, you know?
Right.
And like,
right.
I've been selling like my art, which is pretty fucking cool. I never thought that I was even artistic, but like my shit comes out good, and I surprise myself sometimes.
So
People
a
are like,
lot of this stuff is you.
No, not yet. I haven't posted
like,
it.
damn, woman.
Right, no, but all of those pictures are things that I like. Those are like themes that I want to follow.
Right.
Those are pictures that I feel like represent like me and like what goes on in my head, you know, because
And
sometimes music is just like what you hear,
what
but,
you
like,
feel, what you hear.
and I want that to be something that you see as well. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like,
definitely.
So I want those to go hand in hand because they will.
But that's the thing, that once you're able to, you know, tie your message in, like your music, to something like this, now you're giving two forms of the, you know, emotion or that feel that you're trying to give out.
Absolutely.
And it just goes hand in hand. Like,
Yeah,
dude, like
there's-
it's just bam, bam. Like you get both of the worlds. You see what you feel.
Yeah.
And you hear what you see. You
And
know?
you get to see exactly. So I feel like most of my mixes kind of look how that looks.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
I definitely, when I saw this, I was like, oh yeah, this is Azarelle. Like,
Yeah,
this is,
it's
I was
so
like, yeah,
good.
that
Dude, I'm
survived. That
glad.
survived for sure. I was like, yeah.
I was super glad. I went to go get a haircut today, and my hairstylist was like, oh yeah, so tell me about that. I could see a lot of you in there. He's like,
Yeah.
and the color schemes are just fantastic. And I was like, dude, I'm glad that you're saying this
Hell
to me,
yeah.
you know? Like, and I'm noticing that I'm getting more follows on that, and it's probably because it just looks good.
Because
I'm
I
like,
mean, you put out a good message on that, and it just like, it's like something that's so like, I don't know, it's weird, but in a way makes sense.
Right,
You know
it
what
is
I mean?
weird. I'm not even gonna-
But it's dope.
yeah.
Not in a weird way, like, that's kind of weird, but
No,
in a
yeah.
weird, cool way, like, oh shit, like I've never seen something like this. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So I was like, damn, dude, keep doing that.
Yeah, thank
so
you.
are you actually gonna get chains or what?
huh?
You're gonna make chains?
I have a chain.
Oh
This
shit.
is like what it's off of. It says my name in hieroglyphics.
So I actually have something to ask you. What does your name mean?
My name?
Yeah.
Well, my name, actually, I've asked my parents this a million times. They made it up. They were initially going to name me Azarelle, but my mom tells the story, like, they're deciding on baby names, but they thought I was going to be a boy first. Okay, right. So my nursery was Toy Story for a little bit. Right. So they
Like,
decided.
damn, honey, we fucked up.
Right.
Fuck it, we bought it already.
Right, we already bought it. So I had a lot of Toy Story things. But my parents were gonna name me Azarelle. My mom tells the story, like, she's like, okay, that's it. We decided Azarelle. Boom. My dad called my mom like minutes later saying like, we can't name her that. And my mom's like, why? He's like, it's a cat from the Smurfs and the Angel of Death. And so my parents are like, oh fuck. So
that.
yeah, so we just played around. But it's funny because like I've been called Gargamel a lot because that's the owner of the cat from Smurfs. My cousins call me Gargamel. That guy is hideous. But
So I actually like I took time to look up what your name was, and I didn't
You
find
can't find
anything.
it.
But I did come across something that, you know, really resonated with, you know, what I thought you were all about.
Okay.
So it's actually
Tell
like
me.
your
Oh my
name.
God.
So A stands for accomplish in all that you do.
okay.
Z is for zest, your zeal for life. Great energy is what it means.
Zest? Zest.
Your zeal for life.
Oh shit! I've never even. Okay.
A is for appreciative of
Yeah.
all you have.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
R is for relish, you seek challenge.
Oh, wow!
E-
Where did you get this?
E is for extra, those little things that you do.
Extra.
L is for lively, your life is full of energy.
Yeah.
L is for look, the way you look at life.
Wow.
And then E is for elegant, you know, born
Yeah.
within you.
Right. I'm like, oh Brian, that's dope.
I went in. I'm sorry. I just been feeling like if we're gonna be having these guests, we really have to get to the fundamentals of who they
Yeah.
are and everything about them. So I was like, bro, I need to do my homework, you know? Because
And
at the
was
end of
this
the day,
generated or you made this?
no, it was generated. I came across of learning, like trying to like search for your name, where it came from. I was like, man, this shit ain't fucking
Yeah,
nowhere.
it's
And
not
actually,
fucking
that
coming
name
up.
did come up. Your first one that you said, Azarelle.
Azarelle.
That did come
Yeah.
up, and I was like, oh shit, that's what was coming up all this
Yeah.
time. But yeah, so I read this. And I'm like, dude, that's exactly what I felt like. You know,
Yeah.
is what you are. You know,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
in
yeah.
a way, I was like, damn, this kind of like just fits in perfect.
Yeah. That's
then-
dope. Honestly, that was dope. I'm
Here,
like,
you could-
yeah, that's me. That's me. Yeah, this is fire.
And then there was one more that I noticed that you you know, you always resemble, and I've been wanting to ask you. You always use the tiger.
The tiger.
Like, what does that mean? What does that symbolize for you?
So initially, the story with the tiger is, the tiger was initially a Black Panther. That's how I would see myself. Like when I was training, like initially when I work out or like when I do anything, I'm like, I pounce, I do it. I just go get it, you know?
Yeah.
But then I started looking, or there's no fucking tiger emojis or no Black Panther emojis. So I was like, okay,
there's a tiger.
There's a tiger emoji. Yeah, no, but there's no Black Panther emoji. So I was like, okay. So I started using the tiger for, like in place of it. And then I started like watching tiger documentaries and looking at the way, like the characteristics that tigers have, the way that they stalk their prey, the way that they pounce, the way that they survive, you know, how they live, like not necessarily alone, but they're very independent. Yeah. And so like with that tiger, like whenever I train, like whenever I box, like that's how I feel. Tiger. Like, yeah, like that's how I feel. Like, and that's what I envision, you know? And like there's some stories where I've made like where I'm boxing and I'll put like even like the tiger roar as like the audio for that. But I
but you gotta embrace your inner animal, you know what I mean? So fuck yeah.
Dude, right, exactly. Like I feel like at our core, like all humans, like we are primal, you know?
Yeah, we are,
like,
for sure. We're all animals in the end of the day, you know what I mean?
At the end of the day.
We just
like,
decided to get a brain and be able to think a little bit more logically.
Yeah. So I just stuck with like the branding of the tiger, and honestly, like it's been working. Like I even like post like some videos of me DJing. People comment, like there's multiple people like commenting like tigers, right? I wear like there's like a tiger shirt. Like even when I did a show in Tijuana like in February,
right?
And I had like a whole little interview and everything that they did, and they used a tiger emoji as well. So I was like, right. So I was like, okay, so it fucking works. I'm like, I'm glad that they're using it and that it's associated with me.
But I fucking feel you on that 100% because for me, if you know, the bolt. So I use that for everything. You know, that's like my brand, and whenever people see it, they know that they can resemble it with me. You know, so it's like I use that to my advantage, and it's like that's what I resonated with, and I felt I was just a bolt of energy. So I was like, bro,
dude, I know one of like my most favorite compliments that I get is like Tiger Woman, and I've gotten that more than you think. You know, like Tiger Woman. I'm like, what, really? Thanks.
I feel you just like once you really believe in like, you know, what you're trying to portray and who you really are inside, you just kind of grow into the brand.
You know? Really
like,
do.
You are the brand, you know, and it's like a symbol of you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Tiger Queen, fucking Tiger Queen. Oh, I've seen it. Well, actually, I've seen that documentary.
That's exactly why.
I was like, I've seen that documentary actually, but I don't know Tiger Queen, but there's Tigra even. Like Tigra is dope. Like that's a comic. Like that shit. I've even looked at that.
Hell like, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So that's sick. Dope. Hell yeah, build around that because that's your inner you.
In my inner you. Yeah. I feel like like you start to like you just kind of like embody like whatever you want.
Sure,
yeah,
for sure.
So it's all a mental game changing narrative,
that's
right?
All it is. Yeah. Go back to the gym, right? So, where do you get your style from? You know, you dress very like, you know, hip. You have your own style.
Yeah.
Where do you draw your inspiration from?
You know what? It sounds weird, but I like the attention. Like I like when people like look at me. I like because of like what I'm wearing, you know,
right.
Like because I feel like nobody knows your style. No. I hate when people say like, oh yeah, I would wear that, but that's not me. I'm like, dude, nobody knows what's you or not. Like you're not.
Yeah, it's a confidence you put behind it.
Right. It's a confidence, and it's like you. The clothes don't wear you. You wear the clothes.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And like I'll switch between like something like, you know, like pretty like business, or like something that's like sexy and business, or like retro and business, something that's just cool, you know, like and I always add glasses. I love fucking sunglasses.
I know you do.
Right? I'm like, you know,
me too.
Right? I just love that, and like so like I always accessorize. Like my mom has taught me to accessorize. So where I feel like I get my style is like I like to be felt. I don't need to like say anything. Like I just like to walk into a room and like have that energy, that confidence, and also like that color. Like I love colors. Like you already seen like with hieroglyphic.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, dude. Yeah.
Dude, I love the colors, like, and so that's where I feel like I get my style from. Another thing is like with like movies and just things that I like one of the movies that I really like is Ultraviolet.
Oh,
that one is so I don't know if you've ever seen it, but so fucking sick. Resident Evil, like I like women like that.
And that's what I've been noticing a lot that you do put. I was like, what was the other one? Kill Bill.
Bill.
So you portray and you empower that like boss bitch, you know, boss like bitch, that. For
sure.
So that's fucking cool. Because I mean, next question is, where do you get your confidence from?
my confidence. I feel like I didn't see. This is like another thing, like a mental muscle that you really have to train yourself with, is like the confidence, because I haven't always been confident. Like,
okay. Likewise, you know,
everybody,
you work at it. It's a muscle, like you said. Yeah,
absolutely. And like, there's been times like where I've gone through phases in my life where like the insecurities are fucking insane.
Yeah,
and like,
definitely.
I hated the way that I felt like with that, and I just remember like thinking to myself, I'm like, how could I make myself feel good? What don't I like about myself? And I'm like, I don't not like anything about myself. There's no reason to not feel good, you know? So I just like started capitalizing off what I already had and just started building, and boom, 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 you know, like, because I was already getting attention for certain things, you know, like my music, let's say, and me working out, or like me boxing, and I just started building on that. And I'm like, dude, you know what? I'm fucking dope. Like, I put a lot of work in myself.
I'm fucking dope.
Yeah,
like what the fuck? Right. Shit.
Like you have to.
No,
like,
no,
you
for real.
Constantly work on yourself every day. Like, and if I'm working on something that I'm not proud of, like, why am I doing it? You know what I mean?
Why? Like,
and
why are you wasting your time in that?
Dude, everybody is energy. You send out thoughts, and your thoughts have frequencies, right?
So, little backstory. Like, Marco doesn't even know this. So, you said you did ayahuasca, right?
Yeah.
So I did acid actually, like, you know, probably like 3 months, 4 months before we even actually got into January, where we started the podcast, right?
Yeah.
And I did it with my cousin Marco, actually.
Oh, dope.
Yeah. So
okay.
we went out to the beach, you know, we're vibing, and I'm very, how do I say it? Like, I just take care of my mind a lot. So I'm like, like putting something like this inside me, like, I don't know, like I lose control of my mind, and I'm so like, you know, strong-minded. So I thought. And, you know, the crazy thing is that what I saw at one point was me just radiating energy.
Yeah.
Like, literally, like
dope.
energy. And
that's
I was
dope.
like, what the fuck? Like, and then, you know, whatever, time passed, I didn't think anything of it. And then now, as you were talking, I was like, oh shit, like I felt I was energy, therefore, you know, I created it in real life. And I was like, that's how it all just fucking came.
Manifestation,
And that's like the crazy thing that I've been talking to my team and Marco's. I'm like, dude, I feel like I'm at the point where my mental clarity is so clear that I'm able to see it in my head and make it happen in real life. And I'm like, yo, like, that's kind of scary, because I'm like, shit, what do I want to do next?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Dude, that shit is so scary. Have you seen Finding Nemo, where he's like the drop off, right? And it's just like, you have the end of the coral reef, right? And then you're just like, it's open ocean, and it's like, fuck. And I remember thinking to myself, like, I was like, dude, I'm at the end of everything that I know and the beginning of everything I don't know, right?
Okay,
and
let's
that's
go.
when I start,
Full send.
full fucking send. Like,
Bring it on.
Bring it on. And so, like, because of that, like, dude, our thoughts, like, whether you like it or not, like, they send out frequencies, positive or negative, like gamma rays, X-rays. It's literally a frequency, you know? And I learned this in my astrology class. And so, with that, I had to start controlling the what?
Shout out astrology.
Shout out astrology, man.
I never took it. I just always
or
felt
astronomy.
it.
I'm sorry.
I don't know,
Astrology is like the science. It was astronomy. I felt it once, so I had to do it twice. So
I was like, for me, it was like, yeah, sure, we'll go with that one. I don't even know the difference.
Right. No, yeah. I thought when I took the class, I thought it was gonna be astrology, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be easy. I got into astronomy. I'm like, what? I don't know how to calculate the sun.
Stars, like the trajectory of the sunlight,
dude, for real. And you have to learn like all the sun ray and like how the gas.
That's why I didn't take it.
Dude, I'm like, dude, fuck that class. But I passed it with the B, so it's cool. I was like, it's better than a D, like how I did have. Right.
Yeah, no, fuck. No, but yeah, it's crazy because like for me, like I've never studied all that, but I just always knew that whenever I met someone, I felt a different, like, you know, energy. I felt the vibe. I felt the vibration. And once I started really like reading, I realized like, oh shit, like I can realize that I feel energy.
Yeah.
And then once you're able to do that, you kind of like know the person's intention, you know the person's vibe. It's just based off how they do what they do.
Or what they say.
And
like,
exactly, like they're just the mere like reflection of what their thoughts are. So like whatever they do is just a reflection of who they are inside their head.
I've always said that. Like I've always said, like, you know, you can't be surprised on a person's actions or what a person like his intentions are, because they tell you from the beginning.
Everything, body language, tonality,
eye contact,
everything,
word choice,
Hell
the tone that they use. Like you can't, like, you know, like with a couple things like that were important in my life, I noticed that when I would ask really important questions, they would be fidgeting or break eye contact,
looking at left and right, not looking you in the face,
or well, you know, and start beating around the bush, and I'm just like, oh, you know,
this shit ain't real. Like you're fucking capping right now.
Yeah,
like,
you're fucking capping, and I'm like, I'm not gonna do business with you. Let's go.
Exactly. I'm like, I'm over you. You don't gotta say shit no more. Like, oh, thank you. Yeah, we'll be in contact.
Like even though you're like a cool person on the surface, like you don't have like the intention that I want. Or that I need,
and that's the biggest thing, that you gotta align yourself with people that have the right intention and the same intentions as you, because you know everybody else, if you don't feel the vibe, you don't know if they have a hidden agenda. You don't know what their thoughts are. But if you feel the vibe and they're honest up front and you could read it based off, the indicators they
Energy
give
doesn't
you,
lie.
it doesn't at all. It's the truest form of fucking realizing who people are.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hands down.
Absolutely. That's crazy. I'm like, I'm glad you know this because I feel like a lot of people, like, they don't,
No,
like,
but that's the thing. They don't.
surface.
They don't know what they don't
Yeah.
know. So it's like, and even when you try and talk to people about that certain stuff, they'll look at you like you're fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, so you believe in the freaking
the gods and the
spirituality and all that stuff? I'm like, nah. I just know that this shit is real because I feel it, and what I feel is real.
Yeah.
I mean, he preaches about this almost every episode. Like, he has something different to say, but I think you're the first person to really understand.
Yeah, and like a lot of people take it like, oh yeah, like of course I believe it, but like you take it into context and you're able to like elaborate on
just
it.
fucking use it. Like,
yeah, I'm like, yo, this is real.
Yeah.
Like, do it.
Yeah, because I mean, honestly, like I grew up in a Catholic like family and a Catholic household, and like with that, like my parents I had to do my communion, like I had to go like every Sunday do this, and this, and then I barely like built up like the actual confidence to tell my parents like 2 years ago, I'm like, I don't believe in the church. I do believe in a higher power, but I just don't know like if they, because there's so many lies that the church tells you.
For me, like
in my opinion,
in my opinion, for me, I know that what works for me and what I know that has a strong hold on me is that I know that I follow the light.
Right.
I know that I feel vibrations, know? So in between that, whenever I feel good, I vibrate legit. Like I'll get goosebumps. And it's like, when I'm doing stuff that I love, I feel it like all over my body radiating. Sometimes, I'm not going to lie, it makes me cry. Yeah. And I cry not because I'm sad.
Yeah, fucking cry, dude.
No,
yeah.
I cry my ass off because I'm like, bro, I love my life. I love what I'm doing right now.
I cry because I'm
holy
here.
Shit, like this is amazing. And I'm in the car bumping my music like,
dude, like a little bitch. I'll scream, like literally scream out the window, just like, woo,
I don't give a fuck.
Get my hair's blasting all windows down, like, but I feel like that's like where I feel alive, like you feel the fucking wind, you feel the sunlight. Like I'll stand there like one that like this, like with my eyes closed under the sun, and I can like feel like all my veins, like I feel like just like light in them, and it's just like it's not necessarily like what I think I look like, but it's what I think I feel like, and I just have to live that, because how the fuck did we get this body? Like not even technology can make a human, like with a beating heart all the time, never stops once in your life, your lungs never stop pumping, your brain never stops working, like all your organs are perfectly constructed to keep you alive. Like how can that happen?
The thing is, I can picture you in your truck. Like if I just pull up next to you and you're just like,
I'm just fucking jamming, dude. I was doing that earlier today.
Take that shit to the next level.
I was doing that shit earlier today, and I was on my way back home from my haircut, and one of the guys pulls up next to me and he gives me like this sign, and I was like, dude, like but that's just like that's what I want. Like I've been at the gym and somebody was like, I saw you. Do you drive this car? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, oh my god, I saw you like singing at the top of your lungs, like you look so happy. And I'm like, dude, like if that's how people can remember me or how people see me, like I'll take that. Like I just want to be happy all the time, and like
and that's I 100% I believe you on that, because I'm the exact same way. Like I strive to be the same person in camera that I am in real life, because I'm like, dude, once you see me, this is what you get, is what you see, and what you see is what you get.
No fronts.
Always.
No fronts.
So it's like I can't lie, and if I do, you'll notice, because that shit, like I'm so me, I cannot be me.
Cap King.
Like, he has so much energy that when he just has energy, I'm like, hey, are you okay? Because he has that so much energy,
dude.
Like, he can still have more energy than I do, but I'm still have to.
I can feel it. That's why, like, I'm like, but I used to work at workout bar. I used to work at workout bar. I used to have shifts at 4 a.m. I would have to get up, but every time somebody would come in, because that's what time a gym closed. I'm like, good morning, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, how do you have so much energy? I'm like, well, cause you don't. So just take it, like feed it. Yeah.
No, literally, that's what I say. I'm like, I provide so much energy that at one point, please, like, drain me from it, because if not, I'm not going to sleep tonight.
That's why I'm like, with my clients that I train, like with kickboxing, I'm like, I had coffee, you guys ready? Like, cause it's like an extra like boost.
That's exactly how I am. I'm ready to just
go. What's the most energy?
Shit, for real.
Right. Fucking comp. This is funny.
All right, so we're gonna get into my favorite part of the Energy Podcast, which is the lightning round. This is a series of questions that I haven't seen, you haven't seen, and only Marcos has made up. So I don't know. At this point, it could be anything. No, it's been happening, girl.
Oh shit. Okay.
Shit, yeah. So let's go ahead and jump into it. First question: what is the ugliest vegetable?
Oh, the ugliest vegetable I would say is probably I don't like Brussels sprouts. I don't even have to tell you what I think they look like. You just can imagine.
Makes sense. I got a vivid imagination.
Right. Okay.
Thank
good. Like it's
Next
dirty.
question. If you lived in a tribal society, what role would you play? Hunter, gatherer, shaman, chief, chiefsman, etc.
I would either or. I feel like I'm pretty like in between either a shaman or a hunter. I can't really decide on which one. A shaman is like a healer almost, one of those like
a
with
transfer
the medicine.
of energy type of healer.
They're the ones who make like all like the medicines from like the leaves or the plants or whatever. Obviously, like animals, things like that. But they also pull out teeth and use like human like parts. So I don't think actually I would be a hunter.
There it is, bet. Yeah. I'm glad we got that.
Okay, good. I'm like, I took cultural anthropology. I know what the fuck.
I did too.
Dude, that's my favorite class. Oh my god, what? I love that class.
Shit, nah. I only liked history. I'm fucking legit at history.
You are? Yeah, I hate history.
I fucking was the only thing I was good at.
That's the only thing I hate. I mean, I don't even hate math as much as I hate history.
Nah, that shit was whack.
That shit's so funny.
Yeah, no. I was like, history, I was like, yeah, this is my thing. But I'm like, I can't fucking do anything with the history major. So I was like, we're just
unless you want to be like a professor or a teacher.
I want to be a teacher. Yeah. No offense to any teachers. I just could not be a teacher.
Yeah, it's all personal opinion, everybody, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Don't get butthurt, please.
Please.
All right, question number 3. What is your version of these two types of people in this world?
I would say dark and light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a balance in between?
No, there's no balance. You're either good or you're bad. Everybody has their flaws and everybody's good in some way, but it's like what you're mostly made out of, you know?
That makes sense. Yeah. When is lying the right thing to do?
When is what?
Lying the right thing to do.
Fuck.
That's a good one, Marcos. Goddamn.
Yeah, that's a good one. Lying, I would feel like lying is a good thing if you're protecting somebody.
In what way?
There's a bunch of ways because like but you have to look at like the bigger picture. It can't just be surface level of lying, you know? Like you can't look at like what's going to happen recent. Like you have to look like what's going to happen like in the long run. So if I lied to this person, am I going to tell them later or am I just going to it's better off they don't know. What they don't know won't hurt them. Right. Because everybody's human, you know, what they don't know won't hurt them, I guess.
Ignorance is bliss.
So I'm protecting you, right? Exactly, 100%. So if you're protecting somebody, then yes. Like let's say, you know, like you're under investigation or you get taken hostage in like a different country and they're like beating you senseless, but like you're gonna tell them a lie to protect like your loved ones. Like, do you have kids? No. Okay, suck you. Like, you know, but like
I'll take it.
I'm gonna keep telling you I don't have kids to protect them. You know?
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. It's a good one.
Okay, thank you.
Yo, did I pass? Yeah. Can we go to the next question? Hey, right? She's like, I'm just trying to protect you from the truth.
I'm just trying to protect you guys from the truth. I don't know.
All right, question number 5. What random stranger has had the biggest impact in your life?
Oh, okay. So one time, this is easy because one time I was crying. I was crying at Underbelly. I was 18 years old. I had my first love broke up with me, right? And I was waiting for my best friend. I was waiting for Ariel. She was at state. She was getting out of class, and I just got a table for both of us. And we were just gonna be together. She was gonna try to make me feel good, you know. And I remember I was sitting there and I was waiting for her and I just started like, I couldn't, you know, when something just makes you so sad, like you just kind of cry, like you can't really hide it. And I just remember like I was at the table just like this and I was kind of crying, like, but I was like trying to keep it to myself. Yeah, trying to keep it to myself. Some lady comes up to me at the table next to me. She gets up, she comes to the table. She's like, baby, do you need a hug? And I looked at her and I was like, yeah, like, and she gave me a hug. And that right there, like, that is something like that I feel like makes the world go round is love. Like there can never be too much love. And like even though I was a stranger, she saw I was sad, like she just came, like tried to give me as much love as she could, like as her person could give to me, you know? And that's why like that's one of like the most. No,
that's awesome. It just makes you know that there's people out there that have empathy and feel for others. Yeah.
There can never be enough love.
No, never.
Yeah.
I could do that too. So, question number 6. In 40 years, what will people be nostalgic for?
What?
Damn it, bro. Why you always put this word if you know I can't say it? Nostalgic.
Oh.
This one does it all the time. Every time. He knows I can't say that word and he just puts it up there for I can fuck
nostalgic.
it up.
What is the question? One more time, please repeat.
Oh, go ahead, ask it, Marcos. No, bro, you go ahead and ask it.
What was the question? In 40 years, what?
In 40 years, bro, go fucking answer. I'm not even gonna say it.
Nostalgic? What do I think will be nostalgic? I think cell phones will be nostalgic. I feel like cell phones are developing very quickly. You look at like what we have right now with iPhone. We have more information in our hand than the president did 60 years ago. Just with Google, you see how much Amazon and Google have like developed. They have satellites, you know.
Yep.
And like
age of information.
Dude, we had a flip phone. We had a Nokia. We are lucky enough this generation to have.
Oh, we were dabbled in both ends of the spectrum.
We have grown with technology. No other generation has had that. Yeah, no other generation has had that other than us. So I definitely feel like cell phones. I feel like we're gonna get something like maybe like glasses or some like little chip that we're gonna.
I feel like have you ever seen a Black Mirror where they're just like through their eyes?
Oh, I've seen that shit. I don't really try to watch Black Mirror because I don't like it. It's kind of disturbing.
Yeah, it is for me too. I'm like, that's so true. It could happen. Like, fuck, I'd rather not know.
Yeah, I'm like, it's just too dark. Honestly, I don't really like it that much.
Question number 7. What's your cure for hiccups?
Oh, okay. So hiccups are actually a disruption in your breathing pattern. So I'll hold my breath for like a couple seconds. Yeah, and I'll just like, because that's why you scare somebody or they have you drink water is because you stop breathing for a little bit. Because when you get scared, you're like, you know, or like you're drinking water, you're like gulping it down. You're not breathing. So you just hold your breath and you just try to like get your breathing pattern back on track. So
that's been How to Cure Hiccups with Azarelle.
Thank you. Thank you for coming, everybody.
Question number 8. Have you ever spied on someone?
Have I ever spied on somebody? Yes, I have spied on somebody. I tried to catch somebody slipping, and I did. So
I won't say any names.
I won't say any name. Oh wait, wait a second. Yeah, but I did catch. You just have to follow gut feeling. Again, humans are given a gift. You can't ignore your gut feeling. And like again, I was being lied to. So I was like, okay, what the fuck is going on? Because it affected like my health. So I was like, oh no, let's check it out. Yeah, let's check out. Yeah.
Question number 9. What unusual or unpleasant smell do you really enjoy?
Oh, I really like gasoline.
Oh, that's awkward, but yeah,
I like gas or Sharpies or rubbing alcohol.
Or paint.
Yeah, but that one for sure.
Is there anything you collect?
I used to collect rocks.
Nice.
Yeah, like actual like graphite rocks and azurite rocks. Those are dope. Yeah, but not anymore. I was a kid. I don't really collect anything other than memories.
Question number 11. Which of the 7 wonders of the world do you want to visit the most?
I would really like to go see Easter Island. I like the way that whole like landscape is. I like the green. I like the cold. I like the water, how it's right there by the cliff. Like I feel like that would be somewhere I would cry for sure. Yeah. I went to Bondi Beach in Australia, and I was sitting there watching the sunrise, and I cried. I was like, "It's fine." Yeah, I started crying. I was like, "More life."
Question number 12. What's the most ticklish spot on your body?
Oh, it's my back. Like I have this one spot right here. I can't even I can't get cosquillas or nothing because like my whole body just like does this whole thing. Like I'm like, oh, like you don't even have to touch me right there. Like if I just feel like your hand is like right there, like which I don't know how I feel that, but you can like, let's say this is my back. If I can feel your hand, just,
you
like
feel
right
the warmth.
Here, I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
Like,
no, not there.
Yeah, so it's my back. It's my back.
Which dead celebrity do you identify with?
Which dead celebrity?
Yep.
I really like Patrick Swayze. Yeah, Patrick Swayze, like Dirty Dancing really did it for me. I watched a lot of his movies like Ghost. Dirty Dancing was another one, The Outsiders, and I'm like, dude, he was very strong, and like as a character, I felt like he was very diverse and he delivered all of his roles very well. On top of it, he was very handsome when he was younger. He died of cancer, actually.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so I fuck with Patrick Swayze. Shout out, my guy.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out.
Question number 14.
My talent.
What do you wish for in the world in 10 years from now?
Dude, I know it sounds cheesy as fuck, but world peace. There's so much shit going on right now with like racism, with coronavirus, with the war, like even in Yemen. Like I just
a whole
want
bunch of famine. That's horrible.
I feel like it's crazy that we're in 2020 and some of this shit is still going on. Like when we started this year, we were scared we were gonna go to war with Iran.
Yeah, it's just been a new thing, new headline.
Dude,
every
other week. I have to look at the Twitter. I have to look at the Twitter trends every morning, like the fucking newspaper, you know, because like I feel like that's where a lot of the information is circulated through Twitter because everybody has so many opinions.
No, yeah, definitely.
You're able to decide for yourself.
And that's crazy that you are able to decide for yourself, yet people still decide to freaking let people pick their opinions for them.
Oh my God, dude. Oh my God, yes. So anyway, world peace. I hope that, you know, like we can all like develop as a whole race and have emotional intelligence as a collected group, because it's better to have logic and realize that we are the only creatures that base our opinions and our decisions off emotion. Like you don't see a lion feeling remorse for killing a zebra. You know? So like because of that, like you have to, like, I get mad sometimes, I get jealous, but I have to evaluate, like, why am I jealous? Why am I mad? Why am I sad? I am this way. Can I change it? No. Okay, can I do something about it? Yes. So let me do that. But if not everybody could do that, I feel like that's where the world peace is disrupted. You know?
I think it's just a misunderstanding of people's opinions and emotions.
That's why I say there can never be too much love.
Never
too much love.
All right, getting second to last question here. What skill do you wish you had?
What skill do I wish I had? You know, I wish I could draw very well.
Me too. I only draw stick figures.
Because if I could draw, I would draw crazy things. Like the way I see things in my mind. I could still draw, but like the way I see things in my mind, I wish I could just like, again, just splat onto a paper.
Yeah, I wish too. I suck at that shit. All right, last question, and my favorite question of this segment. I'm going to say it first, and you're going to have to repeat it and fill in the blank.
Okay.
My name is blank, and I get my energy from?
My name is Azarelle, and I get my energy from myself.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Azarelle, thank you for coming by, girl. I appreciate the energy. Damn, we hella turned it up.
Yeah, we did turn it up.
Yo.
Shout out Nova.
Any shout outs you want to give out before we head out?
Well, yeah, okay. Shout out freaking Sebi, reigniting that flame in me.
Yes,
shout
sir.
out Nicole for putting me on to be a DJ. Shout out my mom and my dad, you know, always believing me. And shout out to myself for keeping it going.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for you guys tuning in. Episode 35 with Azarelle. Guys, thank you so much for the support. And like always, if you haven't followed or subscribed onto our YouTube channel, stop what you're doing right now. Go tell your tias. Go tell your mom. Shit, go tell everybody.
Tell your chachas.
Best podcast in the world. We out. Energy. Woo!
No. That was fire. Oh my God, I sound so different.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit. Am I deaf? Damn, that's so fun. That was so fun, Ryan. Look at all this that you have.
This is like an hour.